I used to love you. I must have been a madman. Look what we've come to since back then when I used to love you. When I used to love you. need us to intertwine. Lavender elixirs so full of pheromones. Give me one taste, then you're gone. What if I can't get you out of my thoughts? What if my seasons don't change? What if you forget to forget me not, and we fade away? You're my little flower, blooming in the night, only for an hour. The northern lights, my Casablanca sweetheart, nectar so divine. Baby, you're the best part of my life. What can I do? What can I say to convince you to stay? All I see are tulips and I'm a hummingbird. Heavenly ambrosia in every curve. Honey dripping over my imagination. The fragrance keeps flowing straight down to my soul. What if I can't get you out of my thoughts? What if my seasons don't change? What if you love me, then you love me, letting we fade away? You're my little flower, blooming in the night, only for an hour. The northern lights, Casablanca sweetheart, nectar so divine. Baby, you're the best part of my life. What can I do? What can I say to convince you to stay? Yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, you're my little flower, blooming in the night, only for an hour. You're mine, oh, mine.